Tigers, Bulldogs, Saints, Tigers. Welcome to DC
Bulldogs.
Blitz, presented by DeKalb County
Saints.
Insurance. Tigers. Welcome to DC Blitz.
All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to DC Blitz presented by DeKalb County Insurance. Tom, alongside the coach, Chris Vance. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning, Tom.
You and I got the black shirt memo, and Grant James and Harrison got the orange shirt memo.
But UT is not going dark mode tonight. They're going orange mode.
Yeah, they are against Kent State. We're happy to be in the lobby here at DeKalb County Insurance this morning. Our presenting sponsor for the Fall Sports Edition. Grant, we want to say good morning and thank DeKalb County Insurance sincerely for sponsoring the program.
Of course. Harrison and I are really excited to be here today. And when we heard that Tennessee was going the all-orange color tonight versus Kent State, we had to wear our orange today. So I didn't get the black memo at all, but we'll always wear our Vols colors as much as we can.
Absolutely. Pardon me there. I got to start the podcast recording. I forget to do that.
Yeah.
It's always something I forget. And you get older, your memory just starts fading away. And there's so many things you got to remember. We're going to spend a few minutes with Grant. And Grant, let's talk about DeKalb County Insurance first and foremost. And I'm gonna lead off with this. I became a customer with you guys not too awful long ago through Erie Insurance, and just a couple of weeks ago, I had an incident. It's deer season, y'all. Not necessarily for guns, but, you can hit one with a car anytime, obviously. But Grant, of course, is great to work with. Erie's been fantastic. How did DeKalb County Insurance get started, and when did that come about?
Okay, so my Uncle Jeff, I'll get this mic fixed here. My Uncle Jeff started this agency in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
I came on board in 2017 when I moved home to the area from the great state of Texas for a little temporary time out there.
Yeah.
But Jeff began in 2011 with a contract with pretty much just Erie Insurance alone. Mm-hmm. And since then, he's added many more carriers and even more carriers since I came on in 2017. So we're an independent agency. So we are just strictly insurance advisors that can weigh all several different insurance carriers to figure out what best fits your needs and budget.
Sure.
But as you've said, so Erie Insurance is one of our preferred companies, most preferred. The James family itself has been around insurance since about 1965.
Wow. And
I can tell you that all of us have every single bit of insurance we can with Erie Insurance.
Yeah.
We love them that much. Now, just like any person, no insurance company is perfect.
Sure.
There's going to be some hard times when it comes claim time and every now and then, but Erie Insurance to the James family is the more perfect company that we like to place our assets with. So very easy to deal with from the customer side, as you're seeing, but also from the agency side. Again, they're not perfect. Oh, Harrison's getting mic'd up over here, guys.
He's ready to go.
They're not perfect, but they make things possible and work with each other during the claims process.
Being an independent agent, though, as you mentioned, you do have Erie, and I'm telling you, they were right on top of my claim within just a very, very short amount of time. But you're not strictly Erie. And that's what you
Correct.
say. Being an advisor, you've got different companies that you work with.
Correct.
And there's their needs. Everybody's needs are different. So
Absolutely.
you can always find something to meet, whether it's price, whatever their needs are.
Yep.
You have that ability.
Yes, absolutely. And in the independent world, yes, we sell like homes and auto and life insurance. The independent world is different from what they call the captive agent. So, we're friends with Mallory Sullivan down at State Farm and Ryan Magnus and them out at Farm Bureau. All great people that we all kind of work together and compete a little bit. But the independent world deals a lot with the commercial insurance side of things. That's kind of where our specialties more lie. But we also have gotten into the Medicare world big time here at DeKalb County Insurance. That is let's just say anything with health insurance gets complicated and multiply that by 2 or 3 times, then you see the Medicare world. So I studied for a few years to learn to be an advisor in that role. So while we do homes and autos and So the thing is about home and auto insurance, a lot of companies, we enter data and it spits out pricing, okay?
Yeah.
Commercial insurance is a lot more complicated in that a lot of accounts. Rate is kind of negotiable depending on how market conditions are, but just a lot more customization involved in the commercial side of things. But we needed to get into the Medicare world because there wasn't that many advisors in this area to guide you through the Medicare process, because there's traditional Medicare, there's going with the supplement route, there's going the Advantage Plan route, there's Part D. So we decided, that was an area we really wanted to get more heavily involved in, and we represent several carriers on that aspect as well. So we're really trying to play the advisor role instead of competing to make sales quotas. We don't have all that stuff to meet here at DeKalb County Insurance. We want to see how we can help you out the best. Sometimes if someone comes to us for a quote, they've got a better option where they're currently at, so we happily admit that.
Right.
It's one of those things. We want what's best for the customer, and if we're able to help out, yes, we get paid on the back end, but we sleep at night knowing that, hey, we just haven't tried to make a sale.
Sure.
Yep.
I try to do insurance myself, go out and find and all this stuff, but I'm going to be honest with you. For me to be able to call Grant and say, Grant, I have no clue what I'm doing. I need this. Can you help me? That for someone like me, and I'm busy, and sometimes all that's time consuming trying to figure all that out on your own. To me, that's a blessing. I just to have somebody that can advise you, that can be that middle person, that can answer the questions that I don't have a clue. So, to me, and I think there's a lot of folks out there in the same boat. They need somebody to guide them through that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, everybody these days, technology is so great. You can go online to like a Progressive or a Geico or something like that and get insurance yourself without having an agent. You be your own agent. But I tell everybody, I did not know how important it was to have an agent until I started more studying into the insurance world. I'm like, man, this is complicated. Yeah. but we just enjoy being the go-to for anybody with any insurance need that need any help whatsoever, and just guide them through what they do need, what they don't need, what we recommend. I tell people, you're never going to have more insurance than I have, unfortunately. I probably pay too much personally, but we see the terrible situations that happen out there on a day-to-day basis, and it scares us to death. I bet. We are a little overinsured personally, so I'm never going to sell anybody anything that I don't have myself.
Well, Grant, again, we appreciate DeKalb County Insurance, and again, being our presenting sponsor. We're going to talk a little sports here in a minute. I'm going to turn Coach loose on you and let y'all talk a little about your golf career at DeKalb County and some of your background, and we'll do that in just a moment. I do want to mention, coming up on the show today, we got a loaded up show, as we typically always do. We got Saints football coming up here in just a few minutes. We've got Assistant Coach Hunter Poteete is scheduled to be with us, and we've got 4 players today. And I meant to check everybody's names. I'm going to say this wrong. Maybe one of you guys can help me. Daniel Santizo. I'm probably saying that wrong, Daniel, and we'll get it right in a minute if I am. William Soto, Hayden Quarles, Keegan Taylor, all of the Saints football team. By the way, the Saints won the Western Division Championship of the Upper Cumberland Conference. They will host a playoff game coming up on Thursday. We will be streaming that game live on DC Blitz. We'll have some details coming up later in the program. We don't want that to deter you, though. Make plans to be at Van Hoosier Stadium Thursday night, 6:30. Saints will be hosting Fentress County Conference semifinal game. It's going to be huge. 8-0. What impresses me most, the Saints defense has given up 20 points total this season. That's magnificent. So we're going to be talking some Saints football coming up. DCHS boys golfers Bradley Hale and William Blair in the house. We will talk to them. Last week of their regular season is coming up. During the last segment of the program, we will announce this week's winner of the Good Health Family Clinic Student Athlete of the Week Award. We'll break down how we're doing that. All that good stuff is coming up during the last segment. So plenty for you to sit back and watch and enjoy here on the Blitz. All right, Coach. You got a chance to coach this guy back in the day, and some pretty legendary DeKalb County High School golf teams. Give us some of those good Grant James stories that you got to share there.
Before he said, I did not know you were going to give him an open mic on me, okay? I don't know if I would have accepted this show. No.
I was thinking last night, going through my notes, and the question that I was going to ask Grant, and it's like, One, I'm not going to venture too deep into the golf realm. One, because I don't want to embarrass him. I don't want to embarrass myself positively or negatively, so I wasn't going to go that direction.
Right.
We will get to that in just a minute, but I want to kind of stick with the insurance side of this for a few minutes. As an athlete, high school, golf and basketball, you had to do a lot of fundraising. Mm-hmm. How important is it for you and DCI to get involved in supporting, whatever team or activity it is?
Oh, absolutely. It's huge, especially, I put a DC Blitz, we are the premier sponsor, but I put a sign on my window how we are one of the main sponsors for the high school golf team. It's one of those things that I remember in high school having to walk into businesses and just, ask for money. And because, as we know, golf is a very expensive sport, and all the traveling and stuff that you allowed us to do, going to tournaments in like Myrtle Beach and things like that back in the day, there's a lot of money involved. So it was one of those things where, I'm surprised that Coach Pryor didn't hit me up for money as soon as I came back to town, because I would have gladly given it. But when we found out, they were taking more and more donations recently, I kind of hopped on board immediately. It's kind of our job to support the future generations, because of all the great memories we had playing sports in DeKalb County. I think there's a lot more people that played sports in DeKalb County out there that will help out, as long as they're just asked. We don't like to get in the way of anything, but we will try to make as much time for these future generations upcoming as much as we can.
So to maybe give you an out or an opportunity to explain, because I know there are times where you're handcuffed and you just have to say no to someone that knocks on your door. Tell us a little bit about the process that goes into how much are you allowed to spend yearly on, donations and things like that, and then what goes into the process on, you making the final call. Yes, we're going to, help you out, and I'm sorry I can't help you out. Just to kind of give you that opportunity.
Okay, so when it comes to making donations and things like that, so what we do, my uncle Jeff James and I, we kind of sit down at the first of every year and first just kind of look at our advertising and sponsorship budget, because like many local businesses around here, we have people walking in a ton, almost every day, at least every week, needing money for something. So it is very, very hard to say no. But we always look at, where our budget, what we're spending on currently. Mm-hmm. Is there anything that we want to cut out this year and adjust it to somewhere else, or keep rolling with it and then maybe increase the budget just a little bit? So we really have to stick to the budget as far as advertising and sponsorship expenses. So it depends on a lot of times the calls of what someone's needing a sponsorship for. If someone comes in here from out of town for something or an event or something that we don't really know, we're less likely to say yes to sponsoring that. But we try to keep as much money here locally as possible, especially Jeff's football days and myself in the golf and basketball days, being athletes here in DeKalb County. We try to do anything we can for DeKalb County sports. We even got hit up one time for, I think, the new volleyball team at DeKalb County High School, and my wife is a former volleyball player and collegiate athlete also, so I didn't really have a choice. I kind of had to say yes to that, but we were very happy to do so. But it does come on kind of an individualized basis, but we definitely keep as much money locally as we can.
So, okay, let's get into the golf a little bit.
All
go
right.
where you want to go.
Here comes the fun part.
I'm not going to direct it all. Talk about your high school career.
When I think about just high school in general, the times we had, and I think you'd agree, as the DeKalb County golf team are some of the best times of my life. I could get emotional talking about that, but we knew. So we were part of. First, I'll talk about myself, Payne Denneman, and Austin Garrett first. We were part of the original middle school golf team back when it came about, and we started going through the team spirit, because golf is more of an individual sport. But we started to get into the team mode in middle school. And learning to compete a little bit more outside of our summer tournaments. But by the time we all got to be freshmen in high school, you had Payne, Austin, myself, Patrick Counts, Grant Goodwin, Tyler Conger, several guys. I think there was some potential there. We saw that, hey, we could, as long as we worked hard, we could go a long way. Freshman year was more of just kind of a learning curve on the golf team. I personally played basketball myself at that time, and then golf was my other sport. I did not at that time think golf was going to be my main sport, but I fell more and more in love in it, love with it, and playing with Payne and Austin was special. So by the time we got to sophomore year, we had all greatly improved, and we're ready to try to make our first run at the state tournament in Tennessee. And I guess I don't know if our district and region were at Cookeville Country Club that sophomore year, Coach. I know region was at Cookeville Country Club. So it goes district, region, state back then. I think that's still the way it goes now. But when we got to that region tournament at Cookeville Country Club, and all seemed to have a pretty good day, knowing that we had won that region tournament and got to go to the state tournament, our sophomore years as a team was incredibly special. I think Payne went as an individual his freshman year, because we all know the talent that Payne has at golf, but he was even focused on trying to do whatever he could do to help us as a team make it the next year. It was a pretty incredible run that sophomore year, but then I'll try to keep things as brief as possible. On into junior year, that's when I stopped playing basketball personally to focus on golf at that time and into junior year, because we knew there was something special there, and we had the region tournament that year at the Legacy in Springfield, Tennessee, as you remember. And there were some still other golf teams like Portland. Was in the other district that came to compete with us. It's funny, I ended up marrying a girl from Portland, but kind of ironic. But they were a good team as well. But it all came down. We all had good days at the Legacy at Springfield that junior year, and it came down to Payne needed to, I think, birdie his last hole, Coach, if you remember that, at the Legacy in Springfield. And he hit his drive right down the middle. We were all watching him as he was in the last group coming in. And he hit a shot from the fairway onto the green to about 10 feet, and we knew he had to make that putt. And when he pretty much made that putt, we all kind of stormed the green and started cheering, because we were able to go as a team again our junior year. I'll get more into the state tournament at the very end here, but senior year, we got, as it happens so often, districts and regions got realigned, as you remember. We got put into the same region as a lot of the Chattanooga schools, and mainly being Notre Dame being the main competition out of that other region. We get to that region tournament, won the district at White Plains that year, and then we go as a team. Then we go to that region tournament, and I'll be the first to admit, at that time, my mind had kind of focused a little bit back to basketball. I had just been accepted as a basketball manager at the University of Tennessee. So I thought, man, I wasn't focused as much as I could have been personally. So we ended up losing my senior year as a team. Now, Notre Dame was great, as you remember. It would have been hard to beat them, but as Payne and Austin and I together have talked about, my focus maybe have hurt us a little bit on winning as a team. However, the top 4 players outside of the winning team still are able to go to the state tournament, as you remember. So it just so happened it was Payne, Austin, myself, and a guy from Signal Mountain were the top 4 individuals. So we attended the state tournament our senior year again, but just as competing as individuals, not as a team. And that was a bummer and a blessing still at the same time. So we got to have a good experience there. But I'll hop back to sophomore year and tell about that state tournament experience. I've never felt nerves like I had felt on that first tee shot. And it was at Old Fort Country Club sophomore year in Murfreesboro. And I remember there was water on the right, had to tee off. I teed off with a 3-wood. It wanted to keep it in the fairway. I think I topped that shot about 10 yards right in front of me. Just my hands were shaking so much. But that happens. Like I said, it's a good learning experience. And I think we were tied for the lead after the two-day event. But the first day we were tied for the lead. And we didn't really expect that. We went out there to play as best as we could. But we were all still pretty young at that time. But ended up finishing 3rd in the state after the second day my sophomore year. But going into that junior season, I think we were hungry, if you would admit, Coach. We realized, hey, we have a lot of talent with Payne and Austin and myself and some of the other guys, Luke Griffin, Keith Farrell, Logan Clark, all guys still I respect to this day. You getting tired there, buddy? But we were very, very hungry. And I think pretty much the same situation happened again, didn't it, Coach? Weren't we tied for the lead as a team after the first day, ended up finishing around third place again as a team. But you learn to kind of you learn the pressure side of things, even though we were bummed and didn't win like we wanted to that year. I look back on it these days and still see and take the things that I've learned from those times, and they still apply in my life today. But those were some of the biggest blessings of our life, just getting to experience that time together, and with Coach here guiding us along the way. I think I look at him, obviously, as I call him Coach Vance to this day. But
we all do.
Well, yeah.
We all do.
And he knew golf was such an individual sport that Payne had his own swing coach. Austin had his, I had mine, some of the other guys. So he more just, it's kind of like, what do you need? He organized the tournaments, got us to some of the top places in the state, that Black Creek tournament, that Baylor Invitational in Chattanooga, some of the top teams in the state in that. A Myrtle Beach big national tournament he got us in one year, which Payne ended up winning as an individual. I think that was sophomore, junior year. But those are some of the top teams in the nation at that tournament. And Coach did an awesome job helping with all the fundraising and the organization and basically kind of keeping us in line. I will never forget this to this day. People ask me, did y'all win a lot of like just regular matches in high school? And I'm like, well, we won most of them, except I remember we went to Monterey one year. I can't remember. I think it was my junior year. And I don't know what happened to our match that day. We were not focused, and Monterey High School pretty much beat us pretty handily, even with the talent we had on that golf team. And that's the first time I've been yelled at by a golf coach after that tournament. Well, we were not. He always said, you have to play like champions. He said, you guys have the ability to be champions. Mm-hmm. But today was not that day. Y'all were not focused. Y'all think you could just win on talent alone. And golf has both talent and the mental side as well. And the mental side just as important, if not more. And so Coach had a few words to say to us that day, but it kind of got us back in gear, and we didn't slip up like that again in a match after Coach got into us. But
the football coach kind of came out, and
yeah.
I went to the game the other night, and a lot of those players have parents that I coached, and the angry side of a golf coach came out after that one.
When y'all went to stage, you dumped the Gatorade on him. Just going back to that whole football coach.
If Gatorade, we didn't have a big thing full of ice and Gatorade. We just had our individual bottles, or we would have. But
Grant, we appreciate it. We're going to have to come back later on this fall sports season so we can share some more stories with you. We're going to cut Harrison's mic on for a minute because I know Harrison wants to say hello to everybody out there, don't you? Yes. Say hello to everybody out there, Harrison.
Hello.
Harrison, do you love the Vols? Can you say "Go Big Orange"?
Go Big Orange.
That's
Grant,
right.
You are teaching this young man very, very well.
I am.
He's about the same age Grant was when he made his media debut back with Jeff on the Fearless Forecasters way back when. And we got to start him young.
Absolutely. Harrison, tell him what sports that you like to play now.
Baseball.
You like to play baseball, and you like to play a little basketball too, don't you? So his grandpa, my dad Kevin, you could say got a basketball in his hands very, very early, as y'all can imagine.
Sounds about right, yeah.
He's not swinging the golf club just yet, but he is playing baseball. He plays both spring and fall ball right now. Loves the sport. And is getting. He plays in the 5 and 6 year old league in Cookeville, but he's just 4 years old currently. So we're trying to teach him to play up just a little bit, and he's doing well. We're really proud of him.
Awesome. Well, we're looking forward to see what Harrison does. I know he's probably going to be another multi-sports James star, and we're looking forward to it. Grant, Harrison, thank y'all so much for joining us.
All right, so thank you, dude.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
You're welcome. All right, we're going to talk some Saints football when we come back. This is DC Blitz, presented by DeKalb County Insurance.
It seems like the cost of everything is on the rise, but Erie Insurance can help make sure your auto insurance premium isn't one of them. Avoid rate increases with Erie Rate Lock. Even if you have a claim, your rates won't go up until you change your car, driver, or address.
Your Erie agent is DeKalb County Insurance. Get a quote today at DeKalbInsurance.net.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Other conditions and limitations at ErieInsurance.com. Go to ErieInsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
When closing on a new home or piece of property, you want the process to be as smooth as possible. For almost 20 years, DeKalb Title LLC has been helping new property owners in Smithville and DeKalb County through that process promptly and efficiently. As your trusted title expert and closing company, they believe buying or selling real estate should be a joyous occasion, and their team does everything possible to keep it that way. DeKalb Title works to make sure your transaction gets to the closing table and your new property is secure for years to come. Let DeKalb Title help you close and protect your residential, commercial, or new construction transaction today. Call 615-597-2303 or visit them online at DeKalbTitle.com.
At Home Services, we work with both residential and commercial properties to provide many services, specializing in dump truck delivery of rock, dirt, and other materials, driveways and parking lots, excavation, finish grading of yards, erosion control, snow removal, and more. Plus, septic tank installation, repairs, septic tank pumping, and porta potty rentals. Learn more by visiting our website at homeservicestn.com or give us a call at 615-597-6287.
At Love Cantrell Funeral Home, we understand that this life is a journey filled with highs and lows. Just as every game has its final whistle, so too does every life have its final moment. When that time comes, Love Cantrell Funeral Home would love the opportunity to earn your trust. We provide compassionate care and professional services to fit your family's financial needs. Whether you're celebrating a life well lived or finding comfort in the time of sudden loss, we're here to support you every step of the way. Love Cantrell Funeral Home has been a proud sponsor of all DeKalb County athletics for over 65 years. Love Cantrell Funeral Home, where love is not only in our name, but also in our services.
Smithville FBC is proud to support DC Blitz and all DeKalb sports. We have a place for you to call home on Sunday mornings and Wednesday night. We have nursery available. Pre-K through 5th graders are welcome to join Faith Kids. 6th through 12th graders are welcome to join FBC students, and everyone's outside of that is welcome to join all of our adult ministries. We meet Wednesday nights at 6, and Sunday morning small groups begin at 9 with worship at 10. Join us at Smithville FBC. It's a place to call home.
Bad Boy tractors are born from the legendary Bad Boy mowers from 20 to 35 horsepower, subcompact to midsize. Bad Boy combines power, performance, comfort, and as always, builds strength to deliver the workhorse dependability you need to get the job done and done right. Homeowner, landscaper, or rancher, there's a Bad Boy tractor for you to work with an attitude. Find your Big Boy tractor at Southern Landscape Supply, 611 Rich Froning Way in Cookeville. Visit them online at thesouthernlandscapesupply.com.
Looking for the perfect property? Town and Lake Realty and Auction is your #1 choice when it comes to DeKalb County real estate. Specializing in lakefront properties, land, and residential real estate, we offer both traditional real estate services and innovative online, live, and simulcast auctions. With over $250 million in closed volume, we're the largest locally owned brokerage firm in the area, providing superior resources, advertising, and expertise. For the best in real estate, trust Town and Lake Realty and Auction to deliver exceptional results. Discover the difference today by visiting townandlake.com or calling 615-215-7653.
Do you work out on a regular basis but just don't feel like you're getting the results that you truly want? Maybe you're on the field, on the court, or you just want that extra edge in speed, strength, or power. Or hey, maybe we just want to feel a little bit more confident in our jeans this fall. I'm Caroline Cantrell, nutrition coach at Vitality Fit, and the reason that you might not be achieving those goals could be related to nutrition. I would love to help you dig deeper into your nutrition goals, create a map for those, and provide the education and the accountability you need to achieve that. I have new client openings available for fall, and I'm also hosting a pre-holiday nutrition event held at our facility on November 16th. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Vitality Fit and Caroline Cantrell Nutrition.
Wild Honey Spray Tans is locally owned and operated here in DeKalb County. We pride ourselves in giving you the perfect tan every time. Get the benefits of golden skin without the damaging effects of the sun or a tanning bed. Mention this ad and receive 20% off your first tan. You can reach us at 615-410-6489 or follow us on Facebook or Instagram. Sun-kissed perfection awaits.
It is DC Blitz presented by DeKalb County Insurance as we are back for segment number 2 of our program. And we are joined by DeKalb County Saints assistant head football coach, Hunter Poteete. Hunter, good to have you today.
Yes, sir. Good to be here. Thank you for having us.
It's been a long time since we had a chance to talk a little football, and you've gone from player to coach. I guess since the last time we've talked a little bit of football. And what's the season been like for you? 8-0. I mean, this team has been awesome. Just defense has been shut down all year long. What's it been like for you?
Yeah, it's been great, especially, I do offense, so when the defense plays like that, it makes it a whole lot easier on us. But just seeing the team progress from week to week, they've really bought in, and that's just really good to see from a coaching perspective. And they're just playing their tails off right now, so hopefully they keep it up.
What is it that makes this team special, you feel like, this year?
I really think it's the 8th graders probably. I mean, the whole team definitely contributes, but the 8th graders have been there. I mean, there's a good core group of them that have been there for 3 years, and that really helps us because we get them 6th grade year where maybe they're just learning their 6th grade year, and then last year a bunch of them started contributing, and then this year they're just flying around and know what to do. It makes it easier on us as coaches because they can hold each other accountable.
Confidence is a big thing, especially among a veteran group. Does this 8th grade group exude that kind of confidence needed to be, a very successful program?
Oh, yes, sir, for sure. They very confident group. Sometimes, I mean, we've had a couple practices. They'll tell you we had to bring them back down to planet Earth here a couple times. But, no, they work really hard. So, yeah, but they're definitely confident, yes, sir.
Thursday night, you go into Sparta. It's a huge game, of course. You win your division. You host a playoff game. White County, as I understood, was their homecoming and their 8th grade night. How motivated does that make your team going in, knowing what all's at stake, the home playoff game, but yet, now we're the homecoming opponent. Did that add a little fuel to the fire?
It definitely did. We told them that, I believe, Monday or Tuesday, that we were their 8th grade night and their homecoming. So, if that didn't mean something to them, but yeah, having all of our fans show up and everything, it was pretty loud on our side, I thought. So I was super happy about that.
Coach?
First question that came to mind was, do the middle school players, are they old enough to remember you, the legend quarterback at DeKalb County High School?
I don't think so. They've started hinting around a little bit here and there, but I think they're about 14, 15, 13 years old. So they would have been born right around 2010. That's when I graduated. So,
yeah.
Yes, sir. I don't think they do. They've just heard. It's just the hearings, I think.
The legendary stories.
I throw that out because, to me, he was one of those, and Coach Trapp will probably say it, one of those anchors that began this long drive of playoff streaks and winning playoff games and all of those things, kind of rolled in. But you're one of the great quarterbacks that he has had. And I know that means a lot to him. And I think, your middle school players ought to know that. And they ought to know that history. How much terminology, how much system is similar in middle school compared to high school?
It is very similar. I mean, we run the exact same offense minus we don't pass the ball like they do, just for they sit down in zones or they have different routes they run off man coverage and stuff like that. That gets to a different level for us. So we don't do that. We have all the basic plays, run plays, pass plays, all that stuff, different formations, of course, or same formations, maybe a little different terminology there, but pretty much the same. I think it helps the players that play here. They go into high school already knowing a lot of the terminology that you're talking about.
I know Coach Trapp has talked about the middle school program, and it is so vital because you and Justin both have the same principles and the morals and coach philosophies that Coach Trapp has with Tiger Pride. and we've got a Saints pride, and that begins it at a 6th grade level, and it carries through till 8th. So when they get to be 9th graders, they already know what's coming. DC Blitz is going to be able to podcast the game Thursday night. What should the fans be looking for and expect a little bit different from what they might watch at a high school football game compared to a middle school football game?
I would say just the passing and tempo. I mean, we have no huddle. We have all that stuff. But probably just the passing. I mean, other than that, I feel like we do pretty much everything that the high school can do, minus just the kids' understanding of the game at this point in time.
Will there be more defensively players in the box? What's the pass ratio? What's the success rate of passing and that kind of thing?
Yeah, I'd say passing for us this year, which we've been able to successfully run the ball. So if you start running the ball all over them early, then we're going to kind of keep running the ball. We're going to do what's working. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But definitely, if they start crowding the box, then we do have the ability to pass. We got some good receivers: Redmond, Cripps, Rocky, Frazier, and Midget out of the backfield, and Donnie has significantly progressed throwing the ball this year. So, and Quarles too. I think Quarles is the backup quarterback, and I think he has 6 touchdowns this year. So we can throw it, but if we can run it, we just want to force feed that and kind of play physical ball is what we'd like to do. But definitely more people in the box. Yes, sir.
If things are going well Thursday night, what's going to be happening?
It should be a good time, but we'll still have one more game to focus on to get to hopefully win that championship. That's the ultimate goal is 2 more games, this game and then the next one.
But if you can run the ball, you'll stay away from the pass. I mean, I'm
pretty much, yes, sir. Yeah, that's what we like to do.
You guys saw Fentress County to open the season. What do you feel like may be different this time around?
I think that was our first game for a lot of guys, especially on the O-line. We only had one guy, I think, that returned to play this year from the O-line. Mm-hmm. And so we had a lot of mental mistakes last time. I think we had 4 fumbles, maybe a couple bad snaps that we lost, and several penalties. So I think we'll clean a lot of that up. And I think the kids are going to come out and play, and hopefully we'll give it to them.
All right, we're looking forward to it. Fentress County and the DeKalb Saints Thursday night at 6:30. As Coach mentioned, we'll have it on DC Blitz on Facebook and YouTube as well. Not only that, though, we want to encourage people to come out and fill up the stands. We're doing the stream for the folks that just can't make it to the game, but we want you to be there. We want you to be loud and root on these boys, and let's get through the semifinal and on to the championship. We're going to get a couple of players to come on in. Coach Hunter, it sounds so funny saying Coach Hunter, but I love it, and you and Justin are doing a phenomenal job at the middle school. Thank you guys for all the hard work you do. And ever any brother infighting, or do y'all work pretty well together?
We work pretty well together for the most part, but there is an occasional time or two. But it hasn't happened in a long time. No, we're pretty tight. So
that's awesome. Well, you guys are doing a fantastic job, Hunter. We're going to let you go. We're going to bring a couple of your players in right now. We'll just rotate everybody in and out here. And thank you again for joining us here on the Blitz this morning, guys. Come on up here and let's talk a little more football and getting excited for this Thursday night game. The Saints again coming in 8-0. By the way, our Blitz correspondent, Casey Midget, had a great write-up on the game that you can find on our Facebook page on DC Blitz, so be sure to go check that out. Casey was there Thursday night. Not only covering the game itself, got some pictures and was texting out updates throughout the course of the night. So we appreciate Casey and all of his hard work. Who we got, guys? Which get those mics a little bit closer so we can hear you real good. Who we got with us this morning?
My name is William Soto.
William?
Daniel Santizo.
All right, Daniel, I can't hear you, and I don't know if I've got you turned up just right. So let's make sure you're on here. Try that one more time for me.
I'm Daniel Santizo.
I'm not getting Daniel at all. We are just having all kinds of technical. Maybe it's that. Try it one more time.
I'm Daniel Santizo.
There he is. It always works better when I hit the right buttons, Coach. Oh, man. Guys, good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you?
We're good. And I'll just, whoever, you both can answer whatever. How good does it feel to be 8-0, undefeated, and going into the playoffs?
It feels good because it's been a long time since they've done this.
So you're ready to go out there and knock down the door and win another championship, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. William, what positions you play?
I play right guard and middle linebacker.
Which one do you like better?
Middle linebacker.
Just you like to hit people?
Mm-hmm.
What is it about your defense that makes it special this year, you think? Is it because a lot of you played a lot of ball together, or is it just an attitude? What is it you think that really sticks out about this defense?
I mean, we just play together. Just do our job. If we do our job, we just got it.
Yeah. You've given up 20 points in 8 games. That's phenomenal. You know that, right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, is it just always you go into every game and you have that attitude, we're not going to let these guys score? Do you all have that collective attitude every time you get out on the field?
Yeah, kind of. We just don't want them to score on us.
Is it more? Well, I mean, you want to get the win, obviously, but I mean, just that attitude that we're just not going to let them have any opportunity to win. Do you have that all the time?
Yeah, we just want to win every single game.
All right.
We got 2 more games left. We win this one Thursday. We go to Chip, trying to get there, trying to win it.
All right, Daniel. What position did you play for the Saints?
I played D end and left guard.
Okay, and which one do you like better?
D end.
I figured that. You like hitting the quarterback?
Yes, sir.
How's it feel when you get a sack? When you get back in that backfield, you're wreaking havoc. What's that feeling? Explain what that feels like for you.
Just feels amazing. Like, I don't know, just like feels really good.
I'm going to kind of ask you the same question. What do you feel like sticks out about this defense, if it's an attitude or something this year that's made what I think has been a very special, maybe one of the best defensive units in Saints history, really?
We just like to hit.
Then that makes all the difference. Coach, I'm going to let you get in here and ask some good football questions.
Well, Daniel, let's start with you. As a offensive lineman, big, beefy kind of guys, y'all aren't big, beefy at all. I mean, but do y'all hang out as a group? Do y'all let those skinny skill players in your group? I mean, who do y'all hang out with?
We all just kind of hang out. Me, him, Keegan, Hayden, Reed, Gavin. We all just hang out.
So it doesn't matter what position. We're all just good buddies and hang out.
Yes,
well,
sir.
That's great. William, if you could play any other position than what you do, what position would it be?
On offense, I'll probably play running back.
While running back.
Get the ball. Score a touchdown.
You'd like to run over some people. Let's be real. You just want to run some people over, right?
Yes, sir.
Daniel, what is it about Coach Hunter as a coach that you like?
He gives us a bunch of motivation when we need it, and he's just there for us when we need him.
All right, I'm going to put this to both of you, so get a chance to think about it. What is it about Coach Justin that you don't like?
He's not watching.
He's not watching. He's not here.
Yeah, they're not going to say anything.
No, they're not. They're not. They're smart.
And there may not be anything.
There may not be. What's your favorite part of practice?
Hitting.
Is there a particular drill, or just lining up in scrimmage
I would say Team D. Team D is pretty fun.
Getting after that scout team.
Mm-hmm.
William, what about this upcoming game on Thursday night? Personally, what are you going to have to do to help this team go?
Just play hard. Just hold on to our blocks on O-line. Give a gap, give a hole to our running backs, our fullbacks, and QEs. We give Gavin Frazier space, just a big hole. He's gone.
Now, Daniel, I was able to watch some of the Warren County game that y'all had on that one, and I don't think it matters who they handed the ball to. I watched, Midget a couple times. He's supposed to be pulling through and leading up, but there's nobody for him to pull up and lead up on, and it's just y'all are doing a great job up front. Talk about that for a minute. As a unit, how well do y'all work together?
We keep our eyes up, and we identify the people who need a block, and we tell our O-line, and we just go at it.
You ever block after the whistle?
Nah.
Never.
Well, I tell you, y'all's been great to talk with this morning, and I can't wait to watch y'all on Thursday night, and wish y'all all the luck in the world.
Hey, if you tell the fans out there, let's say somebody's out there watching, they've not come to a Saints game. Both of you share something. Well, why should they come to the Saints game Thursday night? Tell them out there. What would be the biggest thing you'd say? Come support us.
Because it's entertaining. Because we know how to play football.
Okay.
They're going to see some pops.
All right. I like it. I love it. All right, guys, thank you so much. Daniel, William, thank y'all for joining us. We're going to rotate you guys around and bring in a couple of your teammates here. We got Hayden Quarles and Keegan Taylor. I love linemen. I love guys that like to hit. And this team's got attitude, Coach.
You know, Justin brought 4 skinnies with him. I like the fact that Hunter brought a couple of and they're not beefy guys. I mean, they look
They're
like
strong. You can see it. You know?
Yes.
They got strength about that. I don't want to get out there and get hit by one of these guys.
No.
I don't want to get hit by one of these two guys either. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
We've got Hayden Quarles and Keegan Taylor with us. Keegan, we'll start with you. And what positions you play?
I play corner.
Just corner?
I play running back, but I don't really play.
What's the most difficult aspect, do you think, of playing cornerback? The most difficult part of that job?
Just seeing, like, if it's a throw or a run. Yeah.
You always got to be watching, right?
Sure.
Keeping your eyes on the ball. Let's talk to you too as well, and Hayden, and what positions you play on the team, and what you like about the positions you play.
I play QB and outside linebacker.
Okay, which one do you like better?
QB.
QB. You like to be that? You're the guy on offense, right? I mean, you make it go.
Yes, sir.
Are there ever times that you have that moment, I guess, where you have a little bit of doubt or anything, or you've always got that confidence anytime you walk into that huddle?
Most of the time have a lot of confidence when I go into the huddle.
What about your offensive line, would you say, that really stands out to them? I mean, you've got to have a good offensive line to be a good quarterback, right?
The offensive line is really good. They block to the whistle, and they hold their blocks.
How many sacks have they given up this year? Do you know?
It's like 2 or 3.
That's
not a lot.
Yeah, I mean, you got big, strong guys like this up there. They're not going to give up a lot of sacks, right?
No, sir.
What makes this offense special this year, you think?
We run the ball really good.
Mm-hmm.
We find the holes and hit them hard.
Now, I know Coach Poteete said y'all don't pass the ball a whole lot, but do you enjoy those opportunities when you do get to go back and throw?
Yes, sir.
What's your favorite play to run from a passing perspective?
I like when they run goes. I just like throwing it long.
Yeah. All right, Coach, I'm turning you loose.
Well, we got the skinnies going up here again, but Hayden, you talk about being like a backup quarterback. Let's talk about the defensive side of the ball out there as a cornerback. How important it is for you to stay on the receivers and not get trapped into coming in there and supporting on that run game.
Well, I'm outside linebacker.
Okay.
So I have to maintain outside, and I have to leave it to the inside linebackers so they can hit them. So I just maintain the outside and let them. And if they do go outside, I try to make the tackle.
Does Coach Justin call a lot of blitz for you?
Most of the time.
Do you like it? Are they successful? Do they work?
Yes, sir.
Is there a special blitz that you really like more than the others?
Not really.
Keegan, as a defensive back, are you playing mostly man coverage or mostly zone coverage?
Mostly man.
Mostly man. Are you locked down?
Yeah, I guess.
You got any interceptions this year?
No, sir.
No, sir. They throw towards you a lot or not?
A little bit, yeah.
Throw you a little bit. Coach Justin, got any defensive back blitzes that you ever get to do?
No.
Just keeps you back there? Yeah. You a pretty good tackler?
I guess, yeah.
You guess? Hayden, what's your favorite subject?
Math.
Why do you like math? Is it the teacher or is it the subject?
Teacher.
It's the teacher. Who's your teacher?
Coach P.
Connor was the same way.
The same way.
Same way.
Yeah.
Same way. Keegan, what's your favorite lunch at school?
Tacos.
Tacos.
Ooh, I like tacos too.
What are y'all looking forward to on Thursday night?
A win.
A win?
What do you guys think will be different maybe this time? We asked Coach Poteete this, but what will be different this time? It was a close game last time, and y'all had some miscues. What do you think will be the biggest difference in this game?
Our defense has gotten a lot better, and I think we'll be able to stop them.
And they say that, and they didn't even allow a point last time, and imagine that. So, well, guys, it's going to be an exciting football game, and look at the camera and say, hey, come out and support the Saints. Let them know.
Come out and support the Saints.
All right, guys. We wish you the best of luck throughout the season. Thank you all so much for joining us this morning. And go win a championship. That's the best advice me and Coach are going to give you today. Go win that chip, all right? All right, we're going to come back and talk some golf. We want to thank Daniel Santizo, William Soto, Hayden Quarles, and Keegan Taylor for being part of the Blitz this morning. Bradley Hale and William Blair are waiting on deck as we talk some golf coming up. This is DC Blitz presented by DeKalb County Insurance.
Unrivaled service and practical advice from Jeff and Grant James at DeKalb County Insurance. With auto, homeowners, life and annuities, property and liability, Medicare supplement, and business policies available. Receive seriously good insurance with great coverage and prices. DeKalb County Insurance is an independent agency that shops multiple carriers, such as Erie, Allstate, Travelers, State Auto, Progressive, and many more. Call today for a quote. DeKalb County Insurance, 615-597-0660.
When closing on a new home or piece of property, you want the process to be as smooth as possible. For almost 20 years, DeKalb Title LLC has been helping new property owners in Smithville and DeKalb County through that process promptly and efficiently. As your trusted title expert and closing company, they believe buying or selling real estate should be a joyous occasion, and their team does everything possible to keep it that way. DeKalb Title works to make sure your transaction gets to the closing table and your new property is secure for years to come. Let DeKalb Title help you close and protect your residential, commercial, or new construction transaction today. Call 615-597-2303 or visit them online at DeKalbTitle.com.
Ignite HVAC Electrical and Plumbing offers both residential and commercial sales, installation, and service. We want to set ourselves apart from the rest of the heating and air industry by providing a seamless experience from your project start to finish. We also offer duct cleaning, which will help improve the performance of your unit. No job is too large or too small. For any heating and air, electrical, or plumbing job, give us a call at 615-597-0100.
Just like the excitement of the big game, life is filled with unforgettable moments. At Love Cantrell Funeral Home, we understand that when the final moment comes, you want to honor those moments with dignity and care. Whether you're celebrating a life well lived or finding solace in a time of grief, our compassionate staff is here to provide the support you need. Trust Love Cantrell Funeral Home to guide you through with respect and professionalism. Love Cantrell Funeral Home is a proud sponsor of DeKalb County Athletics through 3 generations. At Love Cantrell Funeral Home, love is not only in our name, but also in our services.
Smithville FBC is proud to support DC Blitz and all DeKalb sports. We have a place for you to call home on Sunday mornings and Wednesday night. We have nursery available. Pre-K through 5th graders are welcome to join Faith Kids. 6th through 12th graders are welcome to join FBC students, and everyone's outside of that is welcome to join all of our adult ministries. We meet Wednesday nights at 6, and Sunday morning small groups begin at 9 with worship at 10. Join us at Smithville FBC. It's a place to call home.
Bad Boy Mowers' legendary reputation for strength, performance, and value is now available with Bad Boy tractors. From mid-size to subcompact models powered by 22 to 35 horsepower water-cooled diesel engines, your tractor work just got real easy. On the farm, the ranch, or even around the house, Bad Boy tractors deliver power and durability all day, every day. Bad Boy tractors work with an attitude. Find your big boy tractor at Southern Landscape Supply, 611 Rich Froning Way in Cookeville. Visit them online at thesouthernlandscapesupply.com.
Looking for the perfect property? Town and Lake Realty and Auction is your #1 choice when it comes to DeKalb County real estate. Specializing in lakefront properties, land, and residential real estate, we offer both traditional real estate services and innovative online, live, and simulcast auctions. With over $250 million in closed volume, we're the largest locally owned brokerage firm in the area, providing superior resources, advertising, and expertise. For the best in real estate, trust Town and Lake Realty and Auction to deliver exceptional results. Discover the difference today by visiting townandlake.com or calling 615-215-7653.
Do you work out on a regular basis but just don't feel like you're getting the results that you truly want? Maybe you're on the field, on the court, or you just want that extra edge in speed, strength, or power. Or hey, maybe we just want to feel a little bit more confident in our jeans this fall. I'm Caroline Cantrell, nutrition coach at Vitality Fit, and the reason that you might not be achieving those goals could be related to nutrition. I would love to help you dig deeper into your nutrition goals, create a map for those, and provide the education and the accountability you need to achieve that. I have new client openings available for fall, and I'm also hosting a pre-holiday nutrition event held at our facility on November 16th. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Vitality Fit and Caroline Cantrell Nutrition.
Wild Honey Spray Tans is locally owned and operated here in DeKalb County. We pride ourselves in giving you the perfect tan every time. Get the benefits of golden skin without the damaging effects of the sun or a tanning bed. Mention this ad and receive 20% off your first tan. You can reach us at 615-410-6489 or follow us on Facebook or Instagram. Sun-kissed perfection awaits.
All right, this is the DC Blitz, presented by DeKalb County Insurance. Tom Duggan alongside the coach, Chris Vance. Daniel Leslie, our producer. Our program also sponsored today by Southern Landscape Supply, Love Cantrell Funeral Home, Town and Lake Realty and Auction, Smithville First Baptist Church, Holmes Group Incorporated, DeKalb Title, Vitality Fit, and Wild Honey Spray Tans. It's time to talk golf. We got a couple of our DeKalb County High School Tiger golfers this morning. Bradley Hale and William Blair. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
How exciting is it that you're getting to the last week of the regular season and into tournament time? Are you just hungry for tournament time, or are you glad you got a couple of more matches coming up?
I think we definitely these few matches left are going to help us get ready for the postseason, but it's kind of sad that it's getting close to being over with, but we're excited for postseason and see what we can do.
Let's start out, and William, I'll start with you. As far as your individual game from the start of the season up until this point, what are some of the biggest improvements maybe that you've seen?
I've been hitting my driver really well. Really, that's basically what's been helping me this entire season to help me shoot lower scores. I'm really hitting a lot of fairways. Short game is a little iffy right now, but just still trying to work on it.
So is that something you've kind of, intensified your focus on, some of the things like that, and maybe like your short game? Is that something you're continually trying to focus and get better on?
Yeah, I know right now my driver's doing all right, so I'm not doing too much work or changes on it. Right now I'm just really trying to work on my short game and fix it up.
Bradley, what about you? What are some things that you focused on and some improvements that you've seen in your overall game?
Some improvements I have 100 yards in putting. I've improved on that a lot. That's helped me shoot a lot lower.
You spent a lot of time focusing on that throughout the course of the season?
Yes.
Maybe what's an area that you're still looking at that you know that you need to get a little bit better at?
Probably my longer irons.
What, as far as the team goes, what do you feel maybe an overall team strength of this Tiger golf team is? Is there one area that maybe sticks out to either one of you that you think this team really does well?
I think that all of our players are pretty good together. It's not like we have only a few good players. Our entire starting lineup is pretty good, and we all shoot consistently good scores to help us win matches.
One thing Coach Pryor had said to us earlier in the season was that he felt like the first few matches, maybe you guys a little bit shaky, but you got a little more confidence. William, have you seen that?
Yeah, I definitely seen that. First few matches, obviously, I didn't really play that great. Just getting into the season, like usual. It's nervous getting back into the swing of things, but we got it back. We got it back.
Bradley, golf is a very mental sport. How do you really focus when you get out on the course and kind of block everything else out and just focus on the game itself?
I really just get up there and hit it. I don't think that much.
You really just go up there and do it, right?
Yeah.
All right, we got a legendary golf coach here that we're going to turn loose on you guys, and he's going to ask the real questions here, Coach.
It's not legendary. Bradley, how long have you been playing golf?
2 years and 6 months.
So you weren't playing in middle school at all?
I played 1 year in 8th grade.
Have you got a swing coach?
Yes.
You do. Who's your swing coach?
Ron Cox.
Where's he from?
Hermitage.
He's from Hermitage. How'd you hook up with him?
William.
Through Williams. That's your swing coach too? Okay, coach. Good. We've got that part of it covered. William, we'll flip it over to you. What's your favorite club? You talked about hitting your driver well lately. It's been kind of carried you all season. Is that your favorite club? Don't say it.
I obviously like hitting my driver, but I really hit my 8-iron good, but I recently snapped it, and I'm having to use my dad's 8-iron. I'm not hitting it the best, so...
We won't go into the how it snapped or anything like that. What distance do you normally hit your 8-iron?
I'm hitting it about 165 right now.
165?
Yeah.
Okay. William, back over to Bradley, back over to you. Do you have a favorite course that you play?
Golden Eagle.
Why do you
Tennessee
like
Texas.
Golden Eagle?
It's just flat, and I like the greens. They don't break much.
Any easy holes for you?
Second hole.
Second hole. Describe it.
It's a short par 4 or 5. You hit your driver, have about 140 yards in on a par 5, and you can eagle it, and it works birdie.
So, RJ hit to 140 out. What club you using?
Pitching wedge.
Pitching wedge. You got to choke down any?
No.
William, when you get on a green, what are you looking for?
Well, I'm looking for break. I'm looking for my speed. Really, my speed's been a little messed up recently. So I'm just trying to see how fast the greens are that day, what the conditions are, and if the ball's going to roll out or not.
Talk about your process of reading a green.
Well, first I'm going to mark my ball. I'm going to walk back to the pin. I'm going to see both sides from the ball side to looking down from the pin. I'm going to see which way it's breaking, both sides, because it may look like it's breaking left if you're looking from the ball, and you look at the pin, and it looks like it's breaking right now. And also you're going to look around, see if it's going uphill, downhill, just see what the speed's going to be.
Talk about, and this may take you a second to think about it, but the worst hole that you have had this season. What was it and what did you score?
I remember, I don't know, I don't know the hole, but, there's been holes where I'd go OB first shot and then have to drop and then hit over the green or something and come out with like a triple bogey or something.
Do you feel pretty comfortable yourself about knowing the rules of golf?
Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable. I mean, I go out the matches not really worrying about the rules because it's just kind of natural to me now. I've played so much golf.
A lot of responsibility in an integrity game and an honesty game, keeping track of the opponent's score. Any issues with that?
No, not really. You usually after the hole, you ask them what their score is, and then usually they're honest. And when they're not, you would say, "Are you sure you got that on the hole?" And you talk about it. But usually, I don't really have that problem much.
Bradley, ever had a hole in one?
No.
Eagle?
Yes.
Where'd you eagle?
I eagled at Smithville.
At Smithville, which hole number?
6.
Number 6. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Last question for me, guys, and shouldn't have to think about this hard at all. Bradley, can you beat your dad?
Yeah.
William, can you beat your dad?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen him ball
Wait a minute.
play.
I'm going to follow that up. Will your dads admit that you've beaten them?
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad would.
Well, guys, you got again, your final 2 regular season matches this week in Monterey and Cumberland County. Do you spend a lot of time focusing on the opponent, or do you just really spend most of your time focusing on your individual game? William, I'll start with you.
Really, I just individual game, because if I go out there and shoot a low score, I can't do anything about what the other team's going to shoot. So I just got to go out and do what I can to let our team win.
Bradley, is that kind of your same mindset?
Yeah.
You've got the district and region coming up, and it's going to be at Deer Creek and Crossville. Bradley, what do you know about that course?
It's really tight.
Do you like that course?
Yeah.
William?
I've only played the front 9. I need to go out there and play some more. It's really tight. The greens are really nice, though, and it was closed for a while because of the condition it's in, but it's in great condition now.
Hint, Keith, take him this week. Go. Get out there.
You mentioned something about going out there and playing. Do you all try to go out and play some of these courses before you go play matches there?
Yeah. Yeah, we try to go have practice rounds about everywhere we go.
Are you already looking ahead to Deer Creek and going out there and hitting some balls?
Yeah, Coach Pryor already got his tee times next weekend.
Awesome. Yeah. All right. Well, guys, we're looking forward to the district. And, hey, let's get to state. Let's go to Sevierville. Why not,
Let's
right?
do it, yeah.
All right, guys, we're looking forward to it. And William Blair and Bradley Hale. Guys, thank you so much for joining us today. And looking forward to the golf season. Coach, I know you know this as well as anyone. Golf season seems awful short, but we are winding toward the end of September, but here we are and it's postseason time.
I think it's changed a little bit because you used to have your private, then you had single A, double A, then you have triple A, and they would all begin at the same time, but because of the location of the tournament and that course having to shut down basically all week for practice rounds and then the final rounds, that it would be a 1 week and a 2 week and a 3 week. So you had a short season 1 year, and then you'd have what would be considered a long season the next year, having to wait. I think that's changed a little bit on how things are going. But, golf seems to start quick, and they play a couple games a week and matches a week, and then before you know it, it's district and region time.
And boom, it's over. It goes pretty quickly, indeed. All right, we're going to come back. We'll recap some of the stuff that's gone on this week. We'll look ahead to the upcoming week, and the announcement of the Good Health Family Clinic Student Athlete Award winner for this week. This is DC Blitz, presented by DeKalb County Insurance.
It seems like the cost of everything is on the rise, but Erie Insurance can help make sure your auto insurance premium isn't one of them. Avoid rate increases with Erie Rate Lock. Even if you have a claim, your rates won't go up until you change a car, driver, or address.
Your Erie agent is DeKalb County Insurance. Get a quote today at DeKalbInsurance.net.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Other conditions and limitations at ErieInsurance.com. Go to ErieInsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
When closing on a new home or piece of property, you want the process to be as smooth as possible. For almost 20 years, DeKalb Title LLC has been helping new property owners in Smithville and DeKalb County through that process promptly and efficiently. As your trusted title expert and closing company, they believe buying or selling real estate should be a joyous occasion, and their team does everything possible to keep it that way. DeKalb Title works to make sure your transaction gets to the closing table and your new property is secure for years to come. Let DeKalb Title help you close and protect your residential, commercial, or new construction transaction today. Call 615-597-2303 or visit them online at DeKalbTitle.com.
Tennessee Fleet provides automotive sales and installation of equipment, lighting, vinyl, graphics, accessories, and more. Some of our services include sales and installation of vehicle graphics and decals, car audio, custom wheels and tires, storefront window wraps, fleet and commercial equipment, car, boat, and ATV accessories. Learn more about the services offered at Tennessee Fleet by visiting our website, TennesseeFleet.com, or give us a call at 615-597-6287.
At Love Cantrell Funeral Home, we understand that this life is a journey filled with highs and lows. Just as every game has its final whistle, so too does every life have its final moment. When that time comes, Love Cantrell Funeral Home would love the opportunity to earn your trust. We provide compassionate care and professional services to fit your family's financial needs. Whether you're celebrating a life well lived or finding comfort in the time of sudden loss, we're here to support you every step of the way. Love Cantrell Funeral Home has been a proud sponsor of all DeKalb County athletics for over 65 years. Love Cantrell Funeral Home, where love is not only in our name, but also in our services.
Smithville FBC is proud to support DC Blitz and all DeKalb sports. We have a place for you to call home on Sunday mornings and Wednesday night. We have nursery available. Pre-K through 5th graders are welcome to join Faith Kids. 6th through 12th graders are welcome to join FBC students, and everyone's outside of that is welcome to join all of our adult ministries. We meet Wednesday nights at 6, and Sunday morning small groups begin at 9 with worship at 10. Join us at Smithville FBC. It's a place to call home.
Want a mower that's tough enough to break all the rules? Want everything without sacrificing anything? Want performance for the long haul at an unbeatable value? The perfect balance of power and performance? You want a bad boy mower. Packed with power, muscle, simplicity, and comfort the pro and you demands. It's your time. You deserve a bad boy. Bad Boy Mowers. Mow with an attitude. Find your big boy mower at Southern Landscape Supply, 611 Rich Froning Way in Cookeville. Visit them online at thesouthernlandscapesupply.com.
Looking for the perfect property? Town and Lake Realty and Auction is your #1 choice when it comes to DeKalb County real estate. Specializing in lakefront properties, land, and residential real estate, we offer both traditional real estate services and innovative online, live, and simulcast auctions. With over $250 million in closed volume, we're the largest locally owned brokerage firm in the area, providing superior resources, advertising, and expertise. For the best in real estate, trust Town and Lake Realty and Auction to deliver exceptional results. Discover the difference today by visiting townandlake.com or calling 615-215-7653.
Do you work out on a regular basis but just don't feel like you're getting the results that you truly want? Maybe you're on the field, on the court, or you just want that extra edge in speed, strength, or power. Or hey, maybe we just want to feel a little bit more confident in our jeans this fall. I'm Caroline Cantrell, nutrition coach at Vitality Fit, and the reason that you might not be achieving those goals could be related to nutrition. I would love to help you dig deeper into your nutrition goals, create a map for those, and provide the education and the accountability you need to achieve that. I have new client openings available for fall, and I'm also hosting a pre-holiday nutrition event held at our facility on November 16th. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Vitality Fit and Caroline Cantrell Nutrition.
Wild Honey Spray Tans is locally owned and operated here in DeKalb County. We pride ourselves in giving you the perfect tan every time. Get the benefits of golden skin without the damaging effects of the sun or a tanning bed. Mention this ad and receive 20% off your first tan. You can reach us at 615-410-6489 or follow us on Facebook or Instagram. Sun-kissed perfection awaits.
All right, we're back on DC Blitz, presented by DeKalb County Insurance. Tom and the coach back for one final segment, and a lot to talk about here, Coach. We're going to try to cram a whole lot into a whole little amount of time. I know we're already over for the hour, but we've not limited this thing to an hour as we initially intended because we got so much content to get to.
It's not a bad thing.
No,
it's
a great
we
thing.
were just talking off the air, and it's like, I was checking on our time, and it's like I've got nothing else really the rest of the day. And so if we want to go till 11:30, 12 p.m.,
well,
I'm good.
Okay. I don't know about that. I got to have a nap at some point.
And we got Tennessee coming up later on.
That's true, but not till about 6:45.
Right.
But we're not going to go that long for sure. But do want to thank everybody out there. Want to thank our sponsors, of course. Daniel Leslie, our great producer, does a fantastic job for us. And in fact, Daniel's been very pivotal getting us ready to go live Thursday night. We will have the call. Coach and I of the Saints game against Fentress County. Kicks off at 6:30. We'll start a little early with some pregame festivities and kind of get you ready for that playoff game. But again, don't use that as an excuse not to come out and watch the game. Come out and watch the Saints, cheer these boys on, and let's have a big victory in this playoff game coming up. And, Coach, I want to say, again, we put it out there looking for sponsors for this event yesterday morning, and Casey Midget is a bulldog when it comes to going out and getting sponsors. He was calling up everybody, and I had people reaching out, and we have pretty much filled all the sponsorship slots. If you are interested in sponsoring, you can go out. You can email me, Tom R. Duggan, altogether, TOMRDUGGIN at gmail.com, or send us a message on the Blitz page, and we'll talk about. We might get creative with some other ways to sponsor, but the sponsors in our town, businesses and everything have just, wow, with the show, they've been fantastic. With the game, just overwhelming, and we appreciate that. So thank you to all of our sponsors out there. We're looking forward to this Thursday.
Well, and someone actually walked in this morning for our show and said, hey, tell me whatever I need to do, and I'm willing to throw in some more money to make it happen.
That's we just appreciate it so much, and we'll try to squeeze you in if you want to be part of the broadcast, but we have had just such a overwhelming amount of reaction. We are so thankful for that, for you jumping on board with us. Next week, we're going to be at the high school football field at Van Hoosier Stadium. Weather permitting, we'll be there regardless. We'll either be inside or outside. Hopefully, we'll be able to be outside. DeKalb County Junior Pro will be wrapping up their season against Cumberland County. First game starts at 9 with the Pee Wee Tigers, and that's the time we'll be starting our show. Now, we'll stay out of the way, of course, so the football games will go on, and we're hopefully going to try to work something out. We have Tim Wilson, the president of Junior Pro. We may have to record something before the fact or something throughout the course of the week. I'd like to have him on to talk about the season. Reason he can't do live, he's coach of the Pee Wee Tigers, so he can't do two things at once. Maybe have just headset him up while he's
mic him up.
Yeah, on the sidelines over there, but we'll figure that out. Coach Daniel Horton of DeKalb County High School Volleyball has confirmed they will be here next Saturday for the show. We're looking forward to that because, well, you're headed to their match, matter of fact, after the show at home today against Cannon County, but they play typically on Saturday, Coach, and we're excited to get them for the first time.
I think the biggest problem, and I haven't talked with Coach Horton herself, but I think the biggest problem on having the Saturday games is because it's a one-gym high school.
Yep.
And, of course, everyone's wanting to feed off of that gym, and I think it's just easier for them to go on Saturdays when it's open and vacant. So I'm excited to see them. I saw them play at Cannon County earlier in the year, so I know a little bit about what they've done and what their abilities are, but I want to see how much they've improved over the past 3 or 4 weeks, and then again another opportunity for me to see Cannon County.
Absolutely. We've reached out to some other programs. We've not got confirmation back yet. We're hoping to get some middle school tennis with Coach Chad Ramsey. I have corresponded with Chad, but we've not got everything set in stone. Hopefully we can get him out next week if they don't have a match. That may be the caveat there, but we're still working on the rest of the show. But we will be again live at the Van Hoosier Stadium coming up next Saturday morning. Tiger football. Tigers get a homecoming win on Thursday. I'm glad they moved that game from Friday to Thursday because this deluge of rain that we have had, thank you, weather forecasters. But in all seriousness, Coach, a 45-27 win. The Tiger offense could not be stopped. Defensively, I thought Watertown came up with some creative ways to move the ball. Their quarterback, Waldorf, I thought he had a fantastic night, and Coach Gavin Webster always does a good job offensively with that program. But this may be the first time this season we've seen that Tiger defense have a few issues against that good Watertown offense.
It is. Waldorf threw for over 300 yards. A couple of those completions were against well-covered receivers. I mean, a couple of DeKalb defenders draped over the receiver, and they're still able to come down with the pass. Waldorf does a good job of buying time with his feet, moving outside the pocket, keeping eyes open down the field, and still finding receivers. I thought defensively, DeKalb did a pretty good job overall because you do have a lot of weapons. You're still trying to maintain a rushing game that was close to 100 yards or so for Watertown, but you've got to cover left to right, north and south on that whole bit. And I'm sure there are things that Coach Shaw is not pleased with. I think they called a defensive timeout early, lost containment on the edge. But offensively, Coach Trapp will probably tell you that he ran 5 plays the whole game. Yeah. They inside zone, outside zone, and great reads by Parker on when to give it to catch him and when to keep it. Obviously, he has over 250 yards rushing himself, catch him at over 100. And I just saw poor tackling on the side of Watertown, and that a lot of credit goes to the offense and those athletes and those skill players able to make people miss and get those extra yards.
I saw a funny comment on a Facebook post. I think it was Billy Fusen was talking about Jordan Parker averaging 19 yards a carry. He said he couldn't even do that on Madden, on the Madden video game. So he's been putting up video-like numbers. But you mentioned Ketchum. 3 games in a row, he's gone over 100 yards. 2 of those, he went over 150. The running game's really humming. And I know Coach Trapp loves the pass, but that running game has been getting it done for DeKalb County.
It's one thing that I noticed and commented on the air Thursday night that this is so not like Coach Trapp. He loves to sling it.
Yeah.
He was a receiver. He likes to throw the football. He's had the quarterbacks with the ability. JP's the same way. He can get it down the field and find his receivers, whether it's Lyons or whether it's Hendricks. But when you have such success on the ground, you really do not have to throw the ball. And it could have been an issue where Watertown was playing with 5 defensive backs. Mm-hmm. And we're going to give you this open box, and we're going to make you beat us running the football, and that's exactly what DeKalb County did.
I think they only passed the ball 9 times. Parker was 6 of 9 passing. So, they, again, as you mentioned, ran it, I think, 35 times maybe, and just only had to put it in the air 9 times. Let's jump around. Saints, the Lady Saints soccer team, they've had a rough stretch here lately. Not record-wise, they're doing really good, but they've had some tough opponents in Prescott and Allgood on the road. In fact, got ties against both of those schools who are in the upper echelon of the Upper Cumberland Conference. 1-1 tie, both against Prescott and Allgood. Lost a tough one at home, though, this past Thursday night as they lost to Avery Trace by the score 2-1. The Lady Saints soccer team, they're coming down the home stretch as well. They'll host Stone Memorial coming up this week. Smith County in 8th grade night coming up on the 20th. We'll have the complete schedule of this upcoming week's games posted on the Blitz Facebook page starting tomorrow morning. The high school soccer team, the Lady Tigers, they have had the week off, and they played in the Smoky Mountain Cup last week, lost 3 tough matches. They always go up there. One thing I'm impressed about Coach Kleparic, he always takes his teams up to that Smoky Mountain Classic, and they get better because they're playing some very good competition. They met David Crockett, Franklin County, Kentucky, and Ooltewah up there, and that gets them ready for Livingston Academy. That's coming up, I believe, Tuesday night of this week at home. you want your team to get better, and I think that's why every year he takes his teams up there because they play such good competition.
Up there at the Smoky Mountain Cup, it's a little misleading because you want to play schools of your level and your ability, but my understanding is the Smoky County Cup or Smoky Mountain Cup, they are going to seed you based on last year's performance.
Yeah.
And so a lot has changed from one year to the next, and so they get up there and they may be going against, 4 or 5A schools that are really out of their league at this, with this particular team. But last year's team they would have, fit right in with. So not the trip that Coach Kleperic looked for. Of course, the effort level, we weren't there to see all that. We just see the record, but. Hopefully they'll be able to bounce back from that.
Absolutely so, but against Livingston, and that's always a game that it's highlighted in yellow on the schedule every year because Livingston's kind of been the gold standard in this area for high school soccer, girls and boys.
It is, and I remember back when, Connor was still playing and we go up there to play the boys and, Bert Driver, he was up there and he's loud and he's proud and he says, like, this is Livingston, from the stands and he's about to get thrown out in warm-ups, because it's the Wildcat and that Hog-Eye stuff. And that goes across all sports. It's not just football.
It is, and they've had a lot of success up there at Livingston Academy all across the board in many, many sports over the years, and DeKalb County always hungry when they take on Livingston in any sport. All right, we're going to wrap it up today with the announcement of the winner of the Good Health Family Clinic Student Athlete Award winner. Now, we somewhat conducted an online vote, I guess. Facebook has not been good to me lately, and I'm not going to get on a tangent about this, although I could, but was not able to create a poll on Facebook. Or after this happened, then they took our post down 2 or 3 times, just announcing the award and the nominees for violating community standards. However you do that for trying to get a vote for Player of the Week. So we're looking for other alternatives that we'll still conduct through our Facebook page. But we may also do other social media. By the way, go follow us on X. Certainly we can have more of a presence when it comes to polls and things like that. You can find us at DC Blitz Sports, or just type in DC Blitz in the search bar on X, and you can join us there. I still want to say Twitter. I'm never going to get used to saying X, but it's X now.
Redskins.
Please, exactly. Follow us there, and we're also on Instagram. And we also have a YouTube channel. By the way, we are streaming live now to the DC Blitz YouTube channel. So it's not just on Facebook. We'll also be streaming on YouTube from now on. You can go there and watch DC Blitz every Saturday morning. And we may add another streaming platform, especially if we build up our X audience. We may stream to that platform as well. Okay, all that said, we took the votes into consideration that were on Facebook. Now, we've mentioned this before. We're not strictly going to use the online vote because, and I've seen this many, many, many times before, it does turn into a popularity contest, and we don't want that to happen. We want the Student Athlete of the Week award to go to the top student athlete that's nominated for that week. Now, the coaches are the ones that make the nominations. This week we only had 3, and the 3 that we had was Ben Driver of DeKalb County High School cross country. Ben actually set a personal best time of 1921 at last weekend's Voiles Invitational. That included 71 schools and a total of 991 boys. Now, I don't know where he placed at the end, but 1921, Coach, you're the running expert here. An amazing time there set by Ben Driver in the season opener for the cross-country team.
High school, I think, jumps up to a 5K distance, so you're looking at least 3 miles. And to go 1921, you're looking at a little over, 630, 620, somewhere in that range per mile for 3 miles. So that's pretty good. I was impressed with that.
Very good. And Ben, one of our nominees this week from Coach Van Branken. Coach Steve Trapp nominated Jordan Parker for DeKalb County football. Now, this is last week's game. He had 114 yards rushing, 157 yards passing, 271 yards of total offense, 4 total touchdowns in DeKalb County's 42-8 win at Livingston. Jordan's having just a remarkable season. I think he scored 8 total touchdowns and leading the team in rushing, obviously passing, playing with such confidence. JP's just getting it done.
He might have been the backup as quarterback as a sophomore and a junior, but he was primarily a receiver for those 2 years. So he's back in the shotgun, running the DeKalb County offense and doing a phenomenal job.
The last nominee was Evelyn Torres from Coach Justin Noakes with the DMS Lady Saints. She's the defensive leader of that squad this year, and we talked about how well they've been doing. Only allowed 1 goal apiece in a couple of big-time games last week. So Evelyn Torres has been was nominated as well. Now, Evelyn was the one that won our online vote. So what we did, our panel also votes on this as well. So it's myself, Coach, Kelly, and we also got Casey involved, and we throw out all the numbers. Here's what the student athletes did. And what we did this week was rank it 1, 2, 3. So we took the fan vote 1, 2, 3, and we took yours, we took mine, we took Casey's and Kelly's, and we put all those together. If you were number 1, you got 3 points. If you were number 2, you got 2 points.
That's confusing.
It is, I know. But for this week, it was the best way to do it. We may find a simpler way to do this. So the fan vote does count, but as a percentage of the total votes. And when it all came down, said and done, by 1 point, Evelyn Torres of the DMS Lady Saints is our Good Health Family Clinic Student Athlete of the Week Award winner. So, Evelyn, congratulations. We'll get a plaque, and we'll set up a time. We still got to get together with our winner last week as well, Chloe Boyd, and get her award. So maybe we can do something next week and have them both out and recognize them and present their awards to them.
Segment 5, I like it.
Segment 5, yeah. Stay tuned. More to come on the DC Blitz. Certainly, we've had a great week. We want to thank all of our guests today, Grant James and Harrison from DeKalb County Insurance, and thank them for allowing us to come out today. And Yusuf Sloppy, I'm loving this chair. I don't know if I'm going to leave here today. I may just sit here. But we appreciate DeKalb County Insurance and all of our sponsors for sure. Saints assistant football coach Hunter Poteete and their players today, Daniel Santizo, William Soto, Hayden Quarles, Keegan Taylor, and of course our DCHS boys golfers Bradley Hale and William Blair. Big thanks to our our producer. I mean, he's kind of a sponsor too because he's with FBC and they're a big sponsor of our program. But Daniel Leslie, we haven't mentioned Kelly. We haven't mentioned poor Kelly today. Kelly's not here.
Well, she chose not to be here.
She don't like us anymore.
No, she has priorities.
No, but Kelly, of course, is a very, very busy person, and she's about to be coaching basketball, too, so she's got one more hat to put on here in the not too distant future. But Kelly, as always, we miss you. Thanks for all the folks out there watching today for our sponsors. Hey, don't forget about Thursday night. We'll be broadcasting the Saints game live from the Van Hoosier Stadium. For the coach, Chris Vance, I'm Tom Duggan from the DC Blitz, presented by DeKalb County Insurance.